Hey everybody, so today I'm here to give you guys a review of the new Ava 2.0 bracelet, along with a little comparison to its older version, which I already reviewed, which is the 1.2. I am going to go quickly over what the Ava bracelet does, give you a small comparison between the two because there are some differences between the bracelets. Also, the app now has changed a little bit as well. So I just want to go over those changes with you guys, and then I'll also get into reviewing the Ava 2.0 and going over the different functions and features that it offers now, and also honing in on my experience and the difference I saw, things like that. But I am going to link that previous review in the cards and in the description because I am going to go through the points of the Ava bracelet, but I really went in depth in that first review. So even if you just watch a portion of it to really understand the different parameters it checks, you know, all about who can use it and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, I will be going over some points just in case you haven't watched it, or if you're completely new to the Ava bracelet and you don't know what it is, still gonna go over it, but more like bullet points. So check out that other review if you want more in-depth info. So as far as what the Ava bracelet is, it is a bracelet that you only wear while you are sleeping, and while you're sleeping, it tracks and collects the data on physiological parameters, and it uses that to create an algorithm to calculate your 5 most fertile days. The bracelet's made for anybody who wants to track their cycle, learn more about their health, whether you just want to learn more about those things or you're trying to conceive, you're pregnant, whatever. It's probably going to be up your alley, but at the same time, the Ava bracelet is different in the sense of trying to conceive, apart from other methods of tracking your fertile days, because it uses more than one parameter. Most methods only focus on one, whereas, like I said, the Ava bracelet focuses on 9 different ones. And also, it's pretty minimal effort on your part, honestly. You know, you just wear a bracelet to bed, you wake up, you sync it in the morning. Their algorithm pretty much does all the work, and you get to know. So now I just wanted to show you the bracelets up close because I'm going to get into the comparison. This is the Ava bracelet that I previously reviewed. This is version 1.2. So that's what it looked like. And this is the Ava bracelet that I'll be reviewing and comparing to that other version today. This is the Ava Bracelet 2.0. So there are some differences between these. As you can see, that there's a very big visual difference as well. And if I hold them to the side, you can see that there's even a good bit of width difference as well. So like I said, there is a visual difference. It has a sleeker design. It's also a lot more lightweight. I could honestly feel that from the first time using it. I wouldn't say that this one's heavy, but it does have more weight than the new version. So I did notice that right away. The battery life in the 2.0 is now twice as long as the older versions, and also it has a vibrating alarm option that you can schedule as well now. So whenever you have your alarm scheduled, it's just going to pulsate on your arm. You can also now sync the Ava bracelet to your phone via Bluetooth, and also this 2.0 version has an LED here on the white part, and it will flash or keep steady colors for different kind of indications. It also gives a pulsing feedback whenever you place Ava bracelet on your wrist and it's ready to record data. And also, last but not least, they are now offering 2 different purchase packages. So that is all between the comparison. I did want to throw that in here, even though I am reviewing this one more so today, because you could still find this one secondhand. You could have a family member pass it down to you, something like that. So I just wanted to mention the differences between the two. I still love this one. I'm actually going to be passing it on because I still think it's super useful, obviously. But like I said, there are some upgrades here. So the Ava bracelet is for sale on their website. Of course, I'll have a link to it down below. And for US residents, you can actually use the payment plan on both of the package options now. So the package options are the basic package, and that comes with the Ava bracelet and the app. You also get the in-app pregnancy tracking, which means you don't have to download a different app if you don't want to for pregnancy tracking. When you do get pregnant, you can just use Ava. And then you also get an exclusive access to the Ava community. Now, there is also a plus package where you get everything in the basic one that I just mentioned, plus you get an ebook to guide your fertility journey, and you also get a 1-year guarantee of pregnancy. Of course, there are some requirements for that guarantee, like the bracelet had to have been sent to you within the last 12 to 15 months. You had to have been the original purchaser of the bracelet. You had to have it synced for 80% of your complete cycles, and there's a few more. When you click on the bonus package, you're actually able to go to an entirely new window and look at the requirements stated. It's pretty black and white. I don't think any of it is unreasonable. As someone who suffered from recurrent pregnancy loss, I was really happy to see that they do not count any kind of pregnancy loss or miscarriages against you. That is going to be allotted in the time that you are syncing things. So don't have to worry about that as far as like counting against you. And of course there are requirements that you have to meet, and it does cost more, but I do think for those who are worried about making that investment and it not paying off, it's a great option. The basic package is $300 and the plus package is $400. This Ava bracelet works the same as the last one that I reviewed. You wear it only when you're sleeping, you wake up, you sync it, you make sure that it stays charged, you wear it consistently, you make sure that you're uploading that data so their algorithm can do its magic and calculate your fertile days. And it's basically as simple as that. Really quickly, I did want to show you some differences in the app. They did do an update to it, so it does look a little bit different. They also offered a couple new features. Mine is going to look different because I am currently pregnant. I am 11 weeks and 1 day. So mine's going to look different than if you are currently trying or if you're just tracking your cycle. Mine's going to look a little different, but I still wanted to show you guys. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys what my app looks like now. As you can see, it's a big difference from what it looked like before. Like I said, mine's going to look different because I am pregnant, but you can see right up here, it does have different parameters that will show you increase, decrease, that kind of thing. You know, if I was updating my weight, it would also show me my weight as well. Right here, it has like this little dial, and basically there's 40 dots. So each time I turn a new week, a new dot lights up, which is pretty cool. And you can see right here, it does give me the option to go ahead and look at different stuff to do with the baby and my body, my mind, checkups, what to do, you know, all the good stuff. And you can even go back some weeks or you can go forward weeks, you know, whatever you want to do. But it's right there. I really like that. So this is also a button down here. So if I just go back to my home screen, if you tap that button, it'll also take you to that screen as well. I also wanted to show you that one of the most useful things I found with the update was the fact that you can go into app settings and you can now choose what it shows you and what it doesn't. And the first few weeks of knowing that I was pregnant, like I said, I have suffered from recurrent pregnancy loss in the past, so I was very, very nervous about seeing a drop in things that I knew should probably still be increasing. So for that reason, I was able to turn them off. I've just kept them off for that reason. You know, it's still tracking them. If I turn it back on, you'll see that we'll be able to see that information. You could turn any of this off. You know, I could turn the weight off so I didn't have to see it anymore. You know, you can literally customize it to be whatever you want. Like you could see, you could customize the Fahrenheit, the units, whatever you want. So it's all up to you and you're able to change those things. But I did want to go all the way back and show you guys my first few weeks of pregnancy and show you this increase in skin temperature. So right there is actually day of conception, and from there you'll see that it decreased a little bit, but then it continued to just keep rising. And that was my first inkling that something was going on. I thought that was really cool, but I did want to show you around this app a little bit just because it has changed. It does have a few new features, things like that. As far as my experience with the Ava bracelet, I still love it. I think the changes that they made were great changes. I've been loving them. A few of them have come in extra handy. I'll get to that in just a second. So basically, I was wearing this one for the first few weeks of my pregnancy, and then I've worn this one ever since like the first week in January. And I still love this one if you can get it secondhand from whatever way. I think it is definitely still worth it. However, I am loving the upgrades on this version as well. I do like the sleeker design. I find it just a tad bit more comfortable, even though I didn't have a problem with the older version. I've also been loving the extra battery life because I'm not excellent at remembering to plug it in, especially now that it syncs via Bluetooth. I don't have to plug it in, so I'm really glad that the battery lasts longer in it. And I've also been liking the feedback it gives because for whatever reason, I seem to always be putting this thing on in the dark, so I like getting that feedback, knowing that it's on my wrist correctly and everything. I really liked the update that they did to the app. I just felt like it looked a lot cleaner and simpler, and I love using it as a pregnancy tracker as well. Honestly, it's one of only 2 apps that I use. Also, another fun fact is that Ava is the only reason why we had a date to go off of as far as how far along I was in my pregnancy, because I did not have a cycle in between my pregnancy that happened in December and my miscarriage that happened in November. And because I was wearing my Ava bracelet and tracking it, it actually pinpointed my ovulation day, which happened to be conception day. And because of that, we were able to kind of go off that, and it has stayed true. It's 100% correct. I've had multiple ultrasounds now to confirm that. So I think that's really cool. Even though we're not trying to conceive anymore, I still recommend this a ton, a ton, a ton. Like I said in the first video, it can be so mentally and emotionally and physically exhausting going through trying to conceive, or, you know, even if you want to just know what's going on with your body, it can be very insightful. I've been in all those positions even before trying to conceive. My cycle did some weird thing. It was changing. I didn't know what was going on. And having something like this that takes the guesswork out of it for you, it's just really awesome in my opinion. So if you can swing it, if you can afford the investment, I 100% think it's worth it, especially that plus package option. You know, if you're really worried about it not being worth it in the long run, I think paying an extra $100 to have that guarantee is pretty amazing. I have just all around really enjoyed using Ava, using it as a pregnancy tracker, using it as trying to conceive, and I'm going to look forward to it for tracking my cycles after I get them back postpartum. That's the reason why I like it so much, is because it is versatile. It doesn't fit just one situation as well. So, you know, to sum that all up, I definitely think it's worth it, and I've enjoyed it. I think the upgrades are great, and yeah, that's basically everything that I have for this review. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them, but I hope you guys enjoy the video, and as always, thanks for watching.